Every week, I see the same comment. Sir, AI has killed the US, so there are no jobs anymore. Should I quit product design? Some people have even stopped learning because they believe AI has already won. But after working in product design for more than 25 years, building products, hiring designers, mentoring thousands of students, I don't think AI is the biggest threat. I think something else is. And if you don't understand this difference, you won't lose your job to AI. You will lose it to the designer sitting next to you. The fear is real. So let's be honest, the fear isn't imaginary. A few years ago, designers, they spent hours creating the wireframes. Today, AI can generate them just like that. So we spend days writing UX copy. AI does it in seconds. So need user personas, journey maps, design systems, research summaries, prototype ideas. AI helps with all of it. So yes, the industry has changed. So pretending otherwise would be irresponsible, but here is where people make a mistake. So they see AI doing the tasks and assume AI is replacing the careers. So those are not the same thing. So calculators replaced manual calculations. So they didn't replace the accountants. So poor tools replaced manual labor. So they didn't replace the carpenters. So the internet replaced the libraries. So it didn't replace the knowledge. So technology replaces the effort. It doesn't automatically replaces the expertise. So the real question isn't, can AI design? So the real question is, what do companies actually hire designers to do? What companies never hire for? So let me ask you something. So have you ever seen a job description that says, we are hiring someone who can draw beautiful buttons? No. Companies don't wake up thinking we desperately need another Figma expert. They hire because they have a problems. Customers are leaving, conversion is dropping, revenue isn't growing, support tickets are increasing, users are confused. So design is simply one way to solve those problems. That is why companies pay the designers, not for the screens, for outcomes. Unfortunately, many designers, they spend years becoming experts at software instead of becoming experts at solving the problems. And that is exactly where AI becomes dangerous. Because software skills can be automated, but thinking cannot. The three type of designers. So over the last few years, I have noticed three kind of designers. The first one, the tool designer. They know every Figma shortcut, every plugin, every auto layout tricks, every AI prompt. They are fast, very fast. But ask them, why did you make this decision? Silence. Because they know the tool, not the problem. The second designer, the execution designer. They can take requirements and deliver beautiful interfaces, reliable, professional, consistent, but they rarely question the requirement itself. If someone says add another feature, they add it. They don't ask, should this feature even exist? Then comes the third designer, the product thinker. So this designer asks uncomfortable questions. So why are users leaving? What business problem are we solving? Is this feature worth building? What happens if we remove it? So can we solve this without adding another screen? Sometimes their biggest contribution isn't designing something. It's convincing the team not to build it. So those designers are incredibly difficult to replace because they don't create the interfaces, they create the clarity. The meeting AI can't win. So imagine you are in a product meeting, marketing wants more signups, sales wants enterprise features, engineering says we don't have time, customer support wants fewer complaints, finance wants lower cost, CEO wants faster growth. So everyone has a different priority. Now tell me who decides. So this is where the product design actually happens, not inside Figma, inside the conversations, inside the disagreements, inside the trade-offs. So AI can generate the options, it cannot own the consequences. So when a product fails, nobody calls ChatGPT into the meeting. They call the product manager, the product designer, the leadership team, because the decisions have consequences. And the consequences require accountability. So that is still human work. What AI is actually replacing? So here is the uncomfortable truth. AI isn't replacing the designers, it's replacing a repetitive value. So if your daily work looks like this, create another landing page, resize another card, generate more icons, write another placeholder, duplicate another component. AI is coming for that one. Not because it's intelligent, because it's repetitive. The more your value comes from a repetition, the easier you are to automate. But if your values comes from the judgment, communication, research, business understanding, leadership, AI becomes your assistant. So not your replacement. How to become irreplaceable? So if I were starting my career today, what would I learn? I would still learn Figma because tools matter, but I wouldn't stop there. So I had learned psychology, I learned product strategy, I learned analytics, I learned businesses, I had understand the developers, I practiced storytelling, I improved my communications, and yes, I mastered AI. Not because AI is the future, because AI is already in the present. The designers who will dominate the next decade won't be the ones who ignore AI. So they will be the ones who combine human judgment with AI speed. So that is an unbeatable combination. So why do designers lose jobs to AI? They lose jobs because they believe their job is creating the screens, but the product design has never been about screens. It's about reducing the uncertainty, helping businesses make better decisions, understanding people better than the competitors, creating the products people actually want. So AI can accelerate that process, but it cannot replace the person responsible for making the final call. And that is why I had more excited about product design today than I was 10 years ago. Because the gap between average designers and great designers is about to become much bigger. And if you choose to evolve, this might be the best time in history to become one of them. AI doesn't replace the designers, it exposes the designers who never moved beyond the tools. The more your work looks like a task, the easier it is to automate. The more it looks like a decision, the more valuable you become. So I will catch you soon with another interesting and meaningful topic. Until then, bye-bye.